Hey everyone, I just wanted to give you a bit of a rundown as to what's going on here in my never-ending attempt to try and do a home alignment here. So, as you can see, this project has turned into a simple home string alignment into a full-blown ridiculous exercise in overkill. So where it all started was changing pretty much all the suspension components of the car. So most of what's sitting underneath here now is SPL with a sprinkling of Steeder. And of course I needed an alignment after all of this, but trying to find a shop that I can trust without some wanker working on my car, taking it for a drive, and then doing a shitty job at the end of the day was difficult. It takes a week to get them booked in my area, and a custom alignment can run you anywhere from $250 to $300, which is just ridiculous considering how easy it is to align this vehicle now with all the SPL stuff in there. And I just didn't, want to leave the car there all day. And then when you're done with it, it's a shitty alignment anyway, and you don't know what they've done to the car. And usually it'll come out with a ding or a scratch somewhere where they weren't careful. So I decided to do it myself. And I thought this was going to be pretty simple until I started getting into it. My OCD took off. So things got a little out of control when I wanted to try and quickly be able to replicate the box around the vehicle without having to remeasure everything a million times to get it, perfectly perpendicular and parallel. So I started ending up making some jigs, if you want to call them that way. This one at the rear, I've used the attachment points for the license plate. I put some nutserts in there, so I've got a nice machined fastener going in there now, which makes it nice and tight. The only reason for the jack stands here is that when you pull on this string, the torquing effect of the string on the bar here makes it want to dip, and I need to keep this line as level as I can so I can make accurate measurements from the edge of the wheel here to there. The reason these cards are here is because I am using a laser. So what you do here is you stick that on there, shoot a laser to this card, and you get your measurements, and that'll give me my toe, for example, on the rear. So I ended up making these boxes as well, so I can actually get underneath the car to get to the tie rods and arms and whatnot. This turned out to be a bit of a problem. So what I found was the hardest thing is, well, not the hardest, but the most time-consuming thing is jacking the car up high enough. So I originally made these boxes higher than what they are, but then I found out that I didn't account for suspension droop. And with the equipment I've got here, I could not get the car high enough. These are the other boxes that I took off. So I had an extra 5.5 inches of height to play with, but I couldn't get the car high enough. So I bought these pneumatic jacks here. They work great, but once again, I couldn't get it high enough, and there's nothing really else available for me to get another 5 inches easily. So I'm going to be looking into a scissor lift of some description so I can just quickly lift the car up, put the blocks underneath, lower it down, and we're done. I made these slip plates out of hardwood flooring. And what I've done there is just put a little bit of silicone grease. So now as I make the adjustment, the wheel will move easily and won't bind up the suspension, which should give me as I'm making the adjustment, everything should just move nice and steadily. But yeah, that's my setup. So it took a while to get to this point, like, you know, a lot of messing around and whatnot, but now I'm going to be able to replicate this whenever I want. I should be able to, I'll just show you this here, how I mounted this. So this is normally, right here is normally just an upholstery press stud for the radiator cover here. I took that out, I put a nut-sert in there, and then I've drilled this hole here. So now I've got perfect alignment here. I take this back out, remove this, remove the arm, and then just put that fastener back in. No one ever notices. And there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and align the car now, and should be super simple from where I'm at. I'll take it for a drive if I don't like it. The way it handles once I get it to the track, if I got oversteer tendencies or whatever, you know, we'll go from there and make adjustments. But I'll be able to do this instead of paying $200-300 a pop to get a car in, you know, for an alignment. This will be able to come home, jack it up. Once again, that's the time-consuming part. Quickly put these rails back on. I've had them on and off, and I can get them back on in about 3 minutes. It's that quick. So just wanted to show you guys this. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments, or leave them. I'll post this in the forum as well, and I'll be doing my best to get back to you with any questions you've got. You can see my incredible welding job here. Yeah, I got a long way to go with my welding skills. This one here, I just burnt right through it, but that's fine. It still works. One last thing to mention, camber plates. So I have stator camber plates. I've taken the, I've cut the excess out there. With the stator camber plates in place, I can probably go all the way to 5 degrees of negative camber. I know a lot of people have been kind of curious as to how much camber you can actually get. So, all good. 5 degrees of camber, pretty excessive, but it's available if I need it. Also on the front, it's a good idea to take the wheel off and then disconnect the vertical links from the suspension arms, from the stabilizer bars. That'll allow you to dial in camber backwards and forwards a lot easier. There's no tension on the strut. So just make a note of that. That takes 30 seconds aside. It's no big deal. And on the rear, I've got full adjustability on the rear. What do we got there? We got toe and camber. I can probably get. I'm running 325 Goodyears, which is a really wide tire. Even like for a 325, the cross section is quite wide. So I'm probably only get maximum 3 degrees in the back before the inside of the tire hits the damper. I could always space it out, but I think the wheel's where I want it right now in relationship to the body. And in the front, I do have full caster control as well, using SPL. I think they're called thrust arms. I want to say thrust arms. So that allows me to position the knuckle wherever I want it in the wheel well, and as a result, I can dial in additional degrees of caster if I want. Got to be careful with that because I've got very limited room in the front. I'm running a 305 Goodyear in the front. Once again, a very wide tire. This tire, this 305, is even though it's a 305, is a full inch wider than a 305 Pirelli Trofeo RS. So keep that in mind as well. It is a wide tire, and I got to be worried about clearance inside the wheel well at full lock. This may be a problem just down here, right here. Sorry for my camera skills, I ain't very good. This guy here, I believe I'm going to have to trim that off. Just I'll get in there and just make a nice 45 across there. That's just kind of flopping out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what it's doing. And then, of course, the infamous hole back here. So, anyway, there we go. There's my setup. I'm going to get to the alignment, take it for a drive, and if I don't like it, or if it's off center or whatever, I can just quickly come back, lift the car up again, set this up, and we are good to go. So anyway, hope you found this useful, and like I say, any questions or comments, go ahead, leave them there. And for those that lose sleep at night giving their car to some dodgy bogan at a alignment shop, filthy, dirty, disgusting alignment shop, they don't put anything on the seats when they get in, greasy hands all over your Alcantara steering wheel and Alcantara shift knob, just yeah, makes me want to throw up. These guys, they got no respect for you know, enthusiasts, let's put it that way. So anyway, there we go. Have a great day.